welcome to my channel. Today's video is gonna be slightly different. Um, Pretty much, okay, how do I explain this? Okay, so, um, I know Juneteenth has come and go, but I feel as though, you know, it shouldn't just be that one day that we celebrate, Black history and our ancestors and, just stuff like that. So, in May, my teacher pretty much brought like this opportunity to me and like a couple others. It was like a scholarship opportunity, and it was called basically like the Juneteenth essay competition or whatever. And I my teacher was offering extra credit for it, and I was down for it because I always need extra credit, not always need it. I want it. So like if I stuck on one assignment, then you have that extra credit to just pull me up a little bit. So, I did it more so for the extra credit, and I did end up submitting it to the competition as well. And I got a call in like June, like early June. It's like maybe June 2nd, June 3rd, and I was literally sitting at this desk right here where this desk is. I think my desk was just slanted like this way, so it was in a corner way. And I was doing my hair, and I got the call, and the guy from the place, he was like, "Hey, this is this Destiny." I'm like, "Yeah, this she." Like, who is you? It's kind of scared me a little bit. I'm like, "Who is you?" Like, you know me, I don't know you. And he was like, pretty much, "You won first place for the freaking contest." And I was like, "Oh, like what?" I was like in shock a little bit. Like he talking to me, he telling me everything. I'm sitting like, oh shoot, like my heart was beating fast. I'm like, what the heck? And so yeah, I won first place for the Juneteenth essay competition, and I won $500, and I also got like a gift certificate to the I can't think of what the freaking museum is called, but yeah, so I got a gift certificate, like a year pass to the museum. So that was really like a great opportunity. Honestly, I didn't expect none of that because like me going in, I did it for not the money. Like I didn't really care. Like I was like, okay, well maybe I make like second place or something. I wasn't like thinking like first place, or I even wasn't even thinking I would win any place, honestly. But that was like a really really great opportunity, especially when you're like a high school student and you're able to do something like that. I feel like that's a great opportunity for you, and it's $500. Like it's your money. It's not like, oh, you have to use this for college. No, it's like I have a check, $500. I can use that money to do whatever I want to do. So I feel that was a really great opportunity, but that's not why I'm here. That's not why I'm here, honestly. I pretty much wanted to share with you guys like how do I explain it? I wanted to share with you guys pretty much my essay. And so I'm going to put my essay up, and I am going to read it off with great passion and just, yeah. So give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to start reading as of now. Okay, so if the cruelty, well, hold on, I'm sorry. I'm going to start all over. I like to be a little bit more professional, but okay. So, if the cruelties of slavery could not stop us, the oppression we will now face will surely fail, because the goal of America is freedom. Abused and scorned though we may be, our destiny is tied up with America's destiny. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., civil rights leader. Juneteenth is significant to my culture because this holiday honors our ancestors' freedom, sacrifice, blood, sweat, and tears. Juneteenth means a lot to me because without this, there's no knowledge of what the world would be like. As a result of Juneteenth, we have certain opportunities and privileges. We have freedom and don't have to worry about someone trying to take that away from us due to our constitutional rights. This 4th of July is yours. not mine. You may rejoice, I must mourn. Frederick Douglass. The 4th of July is known as a holiday we all celebrate as Americans. People may barbecue or light up fireworks, but it's something all Americans are able to share collectively. But with Juneteenth, that's very different because it's dedicated to African American culture. It's significant because on June 19, 1865, General Granger arrived in Galveston and announced to enslaved people they were free. And for this to actually happen, it took over 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was created. The Emancipation Proclamation led the way to total abolition of slavery in the United States. Won't it be wonderful when Black history and Native history and Jewish history and all of U.S. history is taught from one book? Just U.S. history. Maya Angelou. Juneteenth relates to the modern day social justice movement because it shows change, progress, and there's an aspect to fight for. It's slow progress with a lot of obstacles, but it reminds you where things are, where things started, and where things are now. Juneteenth isn't as talked about like Columbus Day or Veterans Day. Honestly, I never knew what Juneteenth was until last year, after the murder of George Floyd. How did the murder of an unarmed Black male bring this under my radar? A murder like this was so powerfully devastating that it shook the world as a whole. Something like that just reminds us of how much farther we are from the change that needs to happen. Yes, we have laws that protect us from certain things, but there's so much more that can and will be done. Racism and prejudiced behaviors is something we could change with hard work. People are brought up and taught racist attitudes at a young age. This is similar to the fact that Juneteenth didn't just happen overnight. It took time. Schools should teach about the history behind Juneteenth. In the textbooks that teachers teach from, there's this black and white lens. If teachers teach students the full history, racist attitudes can be changed. To do this, it can help children that aren't Black to understand the history of Black culture. It can change their attitudes. They can be more compassionate and understanding of the Black culture. For a Black kid, it can empower them. Why did it take the death of George Floyd for me to learn about Juneteenth? Well, it shouldn't be optional. It should be a mandatory national holiday. By honoring Black history, acknowledging Black history, it might shift the American mindset to respect Black history and the value of Black people, which relates to social justice. And that is it. That is my essay that I wrote, and I am super, super excited to even be able to share that with you guys. I know, speaking of like racism and prejudiced people and their behaviors, and Black Lives Matter, and it's definitely a touchy subject because you have people that have I don't want to you have people that believe what they believe or think what they think, and it's definitely crazy. I won't get too much into it because I don't want my emotions to get the best of me, but I will definitely say I'm sorry, I'm trying to put this in the best way. I would definitely say, before you judge a person by the color of their skin or the color of their freaking hat, get to know that person, and don't let those how can I say this? Like I said in my essay, you're brought up on certain things, like I think I was talking about this in another video, but my parents taught me to think a certain way, or not even taught me to think a certain way, kids, we look up to our parents, and we, value and we learn and we pretty much replicate them. So if if my mom is doing a certain act or believing a certain, belief, then I'm likely to believe that belief too. So what I'm trying to say here is, before you, walk in the steps of your parents, find yourself before you, try to reflect your thinking or reflect their thinking or your thinking. So just be open minded first off, because being open minded to things is something that's hard, but you gotta get used to it. I mean, it's 21st century. A lot of things is happening. A lot of things are changing. It's not gonna be the same black and white lens that we had in like what 1870s, 1900s, stuff like that. Um, I think that's all I'm gonna say here. I hope you guys like this. It's definitely was a work in progress, that essay. Like, I literally had 2 weeks to write it, because first, like, when I first was like announced to the idea, I didn't really, know what Juneteenth was. Like, I never really knew. Like, that's why I made that point in my essay. Like, it should be taught in schools. Like, it should. And I would like to point out one more thing. If really remember my essay, and you got to the end of this video, um, I talked about how Juneteenth should be a national holiday. And when I found that out, I was like, wow, like, or not found that out. When I found out that it had become a national holiday, I was like, wow. Um, I made that point in like May, and it became, a national holiday in freaking June. And it was like, like, what the heck? Like, I don't know. I was grateful, and I was, honestly just, I guess you could say, relieved, because it's so much stuff that I could say, but I'm not going to really get into it. But I hope you guys like my essay. I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn that post notification bell on so you get notified anytime I post. I love you guys as always, and I'm out.